Deep in the sands of time, in the cradle of one of humanity's most extraordinary civilizations, there existed a game. A game not just of leisure but of meaning, woven with threads of ritual, belief, and the ancient human drive for connection. Its name was Mehen, and through its spiral tracks and enigmatic tokens, it told the tale of an eternal serpent coiled at the heart of early Egyptian thought. To understand Mehen is to behold a fragment of life from over 4,000 years ago, during Egypt's Old Kingdom, a time of pyramid builders, sophisticated artistry, and culture unyielding to the ravages of centuries. This was a game played by kings and commoners alike, a spiral of intricate possibilities reflecting the shape and power of the game's namesake, Mehen, the snake deity associated with protection and the cyclical journey through chaos. With each move on the board, players reenacted a story that wasn't just theirs, it was humanity's. But what exactly was Mehen? At its heart lay the board itself, a coiled serpent meticulously carved into stone or wood. The snake's body spiraled inward from head to tail, its scales forming segmented spaces along which the game unfolded. It was more than a clever design, it was a cosmological statement, a deliberate echo of the divine. In Egyptian mythology, Mehen enveloped the sun god Ra during his nightly journey through the underworld, shielding him from the forces of darkness. It's no coincidence, then, that Mehen the game intertwined play with protection, amusement with undercurrents of spiritual significance. Evidence of Mehen has been uncovered in tombs dating as far back as 3000 BCE, lost under layers of desert sands, until archaeologists unearthed pieces of an ancient Egyptian pastime. Alongside remnants of the game were statuettes of lions and small gaming marbles, tokens used by the long-forgotten players. Today, these artifacts sleep behind glass in museums, but in those ancient times they were alive in crowded courtyards, royal courts, and quiet family gatherings. The precise rules of Mehen, unfortunately, have not survived the millennia. Imagine holding a puzzle missing its instructions. That is the mystery faced by historians attempting to reconstruct Mehen. What we do know is tantalizing. Players move their tokens across the serpent's spiraled body, aiming to complete their journey and return safely. Some theories suggest it was a race game, where one's progress symbolized traveling the dangerous underworld paths alongside Ra, hoping to emerge victorious against chaos. Others posit that it involved elements of strategy, pitting players against one another in a symbolic clash of wits. Each interpretation paints the players as actors in a story older and larger than themselves. But Mehen wasn't just a game. It was an artifact of Egyptians' profound creativity and their ability to weave belief into the fabric of everyday life. Think about it. While civilizations around the world were chiseling out rudimentary tools and establishing agriculture, the Egyptians were crafting myth-laden pastimes. This speaks volumes about how humanity's innate love for play transcends eras and cultures. The ancient Egyptians didn't see play as a meaningless diversion. They understood it as a vital expression of community, intellect, and imagination. The social importance of Mehen cannot be overstated. At a time when most Egyptians' lives revolved around labor and survival, games like this provided more than entertainment. They offered a shared space for families or communities to come together, to laugh, bond, and perhaps glimpse the divine in their play. Imagine an Egyptian family gathered in the flickering light of an oil lamp, crowded around the spiral of Mehen. Underneath the simplicity of their movements would lie something profound, a reflection of their shared hopes, fears, and beliefs about the cycle of life. It's no surprise that Mehen disappeared sometime after the Old Kingdom, as Egypt entered new epochs and tastes shifted. Other games like Fascinate, a more famous Egyptian board game associated with the afterlife, rose in popularity, and Mehen quietly slithered out of common memory. But its absence doesn't diminish its legacy. On the contrary, it prompts us to ask, why do humans create games in the first place, and what do they tell us about ourselves? Exact repeat of 43. Fast forward to today, and we inhabit a world saturated with games. From chess to video games, board games to sports, play permeates modern life. Yet Mehen reminds us that this is no new phenomenon. The desire to design, play, and connect through games is as ancient as civilization itself. Through Mehen, we see how games could encapsulate complex ideas, myth, ritual, and teamwork, all on the surface of a spiral-bound serpent. Even the design of men feels timeless, its geometry uncannily modern. The spiral, a shape tied to infinity and cycles, isn't bound by one era or culture. Spirals appear as natural patterns on seashells, galaxies, and hurricanes, but here the Egyptians turned it into a social artifact. That's the brilliance of Mehen. It wasn't just art and it wasn't just theology, it was a way to explore the human experience through action. There's also something humbling about the fragility of it all. So little of the rules remain, yet Mehen's symbolic weight still carries across the ages. Perhaps part of what makes the game mysterious also makes it magical. The absence of rigid definitions invites us to imagine, to place ourselves in the minds of those ancient players and wonder, who were they? What did they feel as they moved their tokens along the serpent's back? And this is why Mehen matters today, not just as a relic, but as an idea. It reminds us that societies have always valued play, not out of frivolity, but as a means of coming together to navigate the complexities of existence. In Mehen, we see the ingenuity and humanity of the ancient Egyptians laid bare, showing us that games, however simple or complex, are vessels for cultural identity and shared storytelling. So next time you sit down to play a game, be it with dice, cards, or a console, pause for a moment and think of Mehen. Through a simple spiral etched in stone, ancient Egyptians turned play into something sacred, ritualistic, even immortal. It's a testament to the human spirit, that no matter the time, no matter the challenges, we've always sought ways to both entertain and elevate ourselves through the art of play.